He was called the Lionheart, a fearless warrior, a legend of the Crusades. But behind the heroic image, there was a far more complicated man. This is the real story of Richard the Lionheart. Richard became King of England in 1189, yet during his entire reign, he spent less than a year in England. He didn't even speak English. To him, the kingdom was mainly a source of money. Money to fund war. Because Richard was not just a king, he was a crusader. During the Third Crusade, he fought against the powerful Muslim leader, Saladin. Richard proved himself a brilliant battlefield commander. Bold, strategic, ruthless. But after capturing the city of Acre, he made a decision that still shocks historians today. He ordered the execution of around 3,000 prisoners, men who had already surrendered, hero, or something else, on his journey back from the crusade. Richard's story took another dramatic turn. He was captured in Europe and imprisoned by the Duke of Austria. A massive ransom was demanded, an amount equal to several years of England's income, to bring their king home. The entire country had to pay. Heavy taxes were imposed. Church treasures were melted down. The Lionheart, reduced to a prisoner behind stone walls. And then came his final chapter. Richard did not die in a glorious crusade. In 1199, while besieging a small castle in France, he was struck by a crossbow bolt. The wound became infected. Days later, the legendary warrior was dead. Not in Jerusalem, not on a holy battlefield, but outside a minor fortress. Over time, his legend grew larger than his life. He became the symbol of the perfect medieval knight. Brave, noble, unstoppable. But in reality, he left England deeply in debt. He rarely ruled his own people directly, and many of his actions remain controversial. So who was Richard the Lionheart? A heroic crusader? A brilliant but ruthless warlord? Or a king whose legend outshined the truth? History remembers him as a lion, but every legend has shadows. What do you think? Hero or overrated king?